All right. So this is will be episode what? 7?
7.
A lot has happened. What? Grant, we're 18 seconds into it. What are you laughing at?
That's Kellen laughing.
Grant smacking him in the
We're gonna go that in. We're gonna leave that in. You can't smack into your mic. We have. Okay, well, starters out. Grant, introduce yourself. How'd you meet us? And why should? What did I say last time? Why should we not listen to you? No, that wasn't it.
No, I think
called John and Michael.
How do we know you? Just introduce yourself. How'd you get involved with us?
I'm Grant. Yeah, pretty much it. I know Joshua, Kellen, and Oliver because we've been going to the same church for my entire lives.
Right.
Pretty much.
That's right.
That's how I know them. They're the day ones.
Yeah, Grant came to all of our birthday parties when we were little.
Grant,
His whole family would come too, which is really weird.
Grant used to be a menace.
In Michael Bond's terms, Grant was the king of timeout. Remember he said that in the... No, that's what Michael said in like 7... And what episode?
When they were in pre-K. I don't know.
No, he said he lived in timeout.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we know Grant. So last episode was just me and Joshua and Kellen. We talked about just normal stuff that had happened, nothing really eventful. But now we have gone to the Dominican Republic to, I guess, is it the political capital? Is Boca Chica the political capital?
No, Domingo.
Santo Domingo?
It's just an hour away from the capital.
Okay. So...
Don't even do it right.
So we went to Boca Chica on a youth mission trip. This will be our second youth mission trip with the whole group, with Michael Covey. It's fine. I can see that it's loud enough. So, because last year we went to Detroit, which also, I will say this, our podcast is now a year old.
It will be in September. September is when we post
No, because we listened to our podcast in Detroit.
Yeah, I looked at it the other day. We didn't post the first one until September.
We didn't actually post it.
How did we listen to it in Detroit?
Because we had it recorded.
Yeah, we had the audio of it.
Okay.
But we never, it took us forever to get it edited. But we did record that episode around this time last year.
Yeah.
Because we had.
The idea of the podcast is a year old.
Yeah, well, it's more than a year old, yeah.
Yeah.
So, in a year, we've only managed to get 6 episodes out, but we're getting there.
An episode every 2 months.
Ish. Yeah, give or take.
But that's really how long you need to get enough content, stories and stuff over the fan. Because
it's not like our lives are that interesting.
Exactly.
I mean, we're talking about a bunch of stupid crap. I don't even know why people listen to this. The people should not listen to this.
The funny thing is we have gotten together and recorded full podcasts and just not done any of it. We've just not posted it because there was
because it was junk. We had nothing. Yeah, we were just talking about. We were talking about the mediocre and pretty boring lives of 3 teenage boys.
Exactly,
and there was nothing much to talk about.
We'd say, "Oh, let's do a podcast and talk about this," and then we talk about it for 3 minutes, and then we'd be like, "Okay, what now?"
Yeah,
we wouldn't talk about anything else afterwards. So,
have we told the story of before we get into Boca Chica? Have we told the story of how we started doing this?
We didn't keep it, but we can retell it.
Okay, so
came up with the idea of the podcast?
It was when we were building the UCS Millennium Falcon. Mm-hmm. When me and Joshua bought that set. Do one of y'all want to tell that story?
Yeah.
So Oliver was in New York, and they went to a Lego store, and there was a UCS Millennium Falcon.
New York sucks. Huh? New York sucks. New York is a trash city.
That one New York person that listens to our podcast.
Is there a dude in New York that listens to our podcast? No, we don't know. There's a dude in Italy.
It's Italy.
Mamma mia.
Italy and England are our 2 countries.
Okay.
People have listened to. But Oliver saw it, and it was really cheap. It was like $600 or something. And online.
Which is really cheap.
Yeah.
For some.
Yeah. We were used to seeing it for like $1,000.
And so Oliver was like, "Hey, should I buy it?" And I was like,
Yeah, it wasn't should I buy it. It was should we.
"We buy it, yeah." And so they didn't end up buying it there because they would have had to buy like a whole other plane seat to put the box in or whatever. And so we got home, and I found one on some sketchy website that didn't have the box. It was just the parts, and they had taken the set apart, and it was like $400 or something. And I messaged him that night, and he was like, "Let me ask my mom," but his mom was asleep, so he didn't ask. And so the next morning we woke up and it had already sold.
That's kind of embarrassing.
And so his mom
we don't have to leave that in.
His mom put some money into it since she was the one that was like, not prevented us from doing it, but she was like, "I'll put some money into it." And so we ended up splitting it. He paid 40, I paid 60. He built most of it, but I got to keep it. And so while we were there, or here in the game room, we were talking about something, and I said, I wish we had a way that we could remember these conversations or these funny stories. And Kellen said, "Let's do a podcast." And so since then, it has just been.
It was Kellen's idea to do the podcast.
Yeah.
I came up with the name. I'll take credit for the name.
By the end of the night, we had a whole shared notes album.
Yeah.
Of like
I made a
names and
notes
ideas.
album of guests to have on ideas for the podcast.
Yeah.
So you said you paid 60, Oliver paid 40%.
Percent.
Okay, I thought you were saying $60.
No,
I'm
percent.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
It was a fair deal. I mean, I enjoyed building it with Joshua and Kellen. I mean, if we hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have a podcast.
Exactly.
So, hey, Grant, stop smacking into your microphone.
We talked about doing another deal like that for some other sets and stuff.
We gotta get the world's biggest Lego set and have every single person from the youth group help build it.
No, we almost had a bunch of people over here trying to build the Millennium Falcon.
But it's the world's biggest Lego set. It's gonna be like,
Dude, since Cole isn't here, we could just talk bad about him.
That'd be funny.
Dude, we could just dog on Cole since he's not here. And then when he listens to it later, it'll be...
dude, I feel like he'd be so mad like I can almost hear his voice.
I can almost hear his voice.
Oh. Well, who wants to start us off with the art trip?
I'll explain Boca Chica and like why we went down there in Holt's house, and then one of y'all can...
I'll start off. Yeah, I'll give.
Well, Kellen can because he hasn't talked yet.
Or Grant.
Or Grant, yeah.
Grant,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
because Grant's the guest. We gotta let Grant
I'm
do
the
it.
guest.
Yeah, that's right, buddy. You smacking that freaking microphone one more time, we're gonna kick you out.
No.
Mid podcast.
What'd you just throw at me? Did you just throw one of your fingernails at me?
No, it was the Oreo bite.
Oh.
Anyway.
we bought a whole ice cream cake yesterday, so we're still trying to eat all of it.
We found another one.
So yeah, so we went to the Dominican Republic for our second big youth trip with Pastor. Wait. No, I'm gonna have to start the story over because freaking Cole is. What are you doing over there?
I'm about to put the cake up.
Okay, this is the perfect time to do that.
Not the other 45 minutes you had.
Yeah.
Just go. It's not gonna pick it up.
So this is our second youth trip with Pastor Michael Covey. It's our second youth trip with Pastor Michael Covey. So we went to so we went to Boca Chica, the Dominican Republic, to a ministry called Holt's House. And what Holt's House does is it basically gives somewhere for the kids of Boca Chica to go after school, just to kind of keep them out of trouble and to kind of keep them out of the culture of Boca Chica. So they teach you about Jesus, and then you run around and play basketball with them in the 200-degree heat, and it's great. We had a lot of fun. So I guess we're gonna share some stories of the trip. Kellen, you want to start us? What's the first one on the list, Jared?
I guess
we can skip the very first one because it's a little bit vulgar. We'll save that one for last.
Okay. Well, we'll just start with
Drinking the
first
water?
one.
Ah,
You want to just start with talking about what we did on Sunday? And going to
No, start off with something better.
We could start with.
No, let's just start. No, Grant has to start, not Kellen. Grant has to start because he's the. Yes, Grant gets to
And then
pick
I'll
what he
Talk
starts
about
with.
haircuts?
No, I want to talk about the volcanic diarrhea.
No.
That's
Okay.
a
All right.
Grant
All
story.
right. You can. All right. Yeah. You can start it out. Nice hands. You can start it out, but a disclaimer: if you don't want to hear about.
Hey, Cole, what are you doing? Nothing?
Fecal matter.
Hey, Cole, why?
Yeah, all over.
We all
We
know.
all want to work.
I don't
If you're over here, you might as well do something.
If you all right, so if poop stories gross you out, go ahead and skip a little ways because this story is about poop.
Okay,
Not just poop.
so
Not just poop, but poop at high velocities.
before we even go on the trip, when Michael is explaining details about the mission trip, he goes, "Bring anti-diarrhea." Because every time I've gone, I've gotten explosive diarrhea.
Hey Cole, that's what we should be doing right now. Thank you
Y'all
for
want
making noise, dude. Thank you for making noise.
y'all want to finish off
I
the
just-
water bottle.
You got
All right, start over. Then.
Now we're good.
It don't involve clanging and banging.
We told you not to.
okay.
Is that like robots?
When do you want me to start?
We're gonna have to edit that part out.
Okay, so starting with the explosive diarrhea, before we even go on the trip, Michael explains how we should bring anti-diarrhea medicine because every time he's gone to the Dominican Republic, he gets diarrhea because the water is very unclean, and if you, I guess, digest the water, it is not very good, and you will be pooping and on the toilet.
The
That-
Dominicans don't even drink the water.
The Dominicans.
Tell you how bad it is.
They don't have
They
a
don't-
filter system.
Yeah.
For any
So
of the
they
cities
just
that
drink
we're
out of the big 5-gallon jugs or
Uh,
water bottles
purified water.
of purified water, and it actually it got some of our boys, including Oliver and Kellen,
got me.
and sadly, Mr. Shannon.
It's worst of all, Mr. Shannon.
Worst of all.
Yeah,
Moment of silence for Mr. Shannon.
All right, that was good.
No, you have to have a moment of silence for Mr. Shannon. All right, continue, Grant. Continue,
Oh,
please.
okay. So it was so bad, and I was so scared of this disease almost. I was willing to not take a shower or willing not to wash my hair. Just the thought of me getting explosive diarrhea was not going to happen. That's just terrible. And Oliver, if you want to explain your...
I will. Oh, I will.
Here's another downfall to that situation. They don't have a good sewer system, so you can't flush the toilet paper.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
And so every time someone had diarrhea,
Or just
they wiped it.
Which it was a pretty regular occurrence towards the end of the
You
week.
just wiped and put it right into the trash can and left it all day to sit in the heat.
and if you were strategic enough, when you would wipe, you'd leave the part of the toilet paper facing up, so when someone opens the trash can, they just see poop.
What word did you just use to describe that behavior?
Strategic. So that's pretty much explosive diarrhea.
Grant never got sick.
I never got
Give us your story on your war on the toilet.
Okay, so this was Wednesday. So I think what got me is that I washed my toothbrush off with the water. To actually brush my teeth, I did like pour water on it, like out of my water bottle. But at the end, to like wash off my toothbrush, out of habit, like twice, I accidentally washed it under the bad water. But I made sure to wash it out good with good water beforehand. But I think even that little bit, I talked to some of the people and they said that would do it to you. So Wednesday was our last day with the girls. On Monday and Wednesday, we were with the girls. On Tuesday and Thursday, we were with the boys. So Wednesday would be my last chance to see Perla. Perla was my friend that I made on Monday, and we hung out Monday and Tuesday. So I wanted to tell her bye before I didn't see her for Lord knows how long. So my stomach started rumbling right after supper on Wednesday night. So I thought, and again, this is incredibly disgusting. So if you want to skip forward, go ahead. So I thought that like my strategy was if I can crap and get the pressure down, my stomach won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm going to poop a little bit and get the pressure down enough for me to make it through the rest of the day, and then I'm good. And then later when everybody leaves, I can hash it out.
Was that the day we each ate a whole pizza?
Yes, this is the day that you
Okay.
and I...
That might have something to
That
do
probably
with it.
did have something to do with it, yes.
We'll get to the food later.
Yeah, we did eat entire pizzas.
Me and Oliver.
Like a full, whole entire
whole
pizza.
8-slice large.
Whole
pan
8-size
pizza.
large. Me and Kellen ate every last bit of it. Like Kellen ate a whole pizza. I ate a whole pizza.
2 pizzas, 2 people.
2 pizzas, 2 people. When we were done, there were 2 people and no pizzas.
And very fat people.
Very fat people. That's right.
Explosive.
And then and then people with explosive diarrhea. That's the equation.
On Monday.
So my stomach started rumbling right after supper. So I went and crapped. I crapped a little bit, and I was like, okay, maybe that's good. Keep in mind, this is I crapped on Sunday and then didn't crap Monday, Tuesday, and all day Wednesday. So this is 3 days worth of food built up in my stomach. So my stomach starts rumbling. We're running around playing tag. I'm like, okay, hold on. I'll go poop real quick. Come back out and play tag. Went and pooped. Came back out. Stomach was kind of but I thought, all right, I might can make it another 30 minutes till the end of the thing, and then I'll go hashed out. So I get right back in there playing tag, which is probably not a good idea. And I come out, and the girl that was like right there, like right outside the dorms. And so I had to run. And I ran across the basketball court. And the basketball court at one end was about 3 feet off the ground. Remember, it was kind of like a hill that they had
raised,
that
yeah.
there was a concrete wall that was about 3 feet that was level with the ground of
Just
the
a
basketball
drop.
court. It is a drop off
No
because it's
gate,
kind of on a hill.
no
It's
gate,
not
it's
dangerous
just
or
a
anything,
drop.
but it is enough that like. Well, I'll explain. So I ran across the basketball court. The girl's chasing me. I'm not built for speed, so I was running. She was right on my tail. I tried to jump off the edge of the basketball court, but as I was jumping, she pushed me. Not intentionally, like she tagged me, but like as I was jumping, she did like push me. So I fell forward and ate crap. Who saw that?
I saw that.
Yeah, both of y'all saw that?
That's funny.
Yeah. He just fell.
I fell. Like I was running and I fell.
At one moment, I saw Oliver just running away, and the next moment, I turn around and he's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
It's just not a
And-
face plant, but
Yeah, and I ate crap. So I get on the ground and I sit up and my stomach starts rumbling really bad. It feels like I have swallowed a rock and it is moving through my stomach. Like I can feel the movement of the whatever wild animal was in my stomach. So then I'm like, crap. And so I went back inside. As I was going back to poop again, I told Kellen, I was like, hey, like, tell Joey, who's running the whole thing, like, wait up on me. Like, give me 10 minutes. If you can just give me 5 minutes. Like, give me just a second, let me poop, and I'll come back out, because we were about to leave. And then Kellen just goes and tells everybody that I'm crap. Like, Kellen just tells the kids that I'm going to poop.
I went to Joey. I said, hey, can we like stall for 5 minutes? Because Oliver, I think, drank a little bit more water and now he's got to go back to the bathroom. He's like, oh yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And one of the girls came up to me and like, I think she knew your name because she said Oliver.
Oh, and did you go? She's crap in here.
Yeah,
they all
I said, I pointed at my stomach and said, stomach, and I was like, no. And that's what I was like, not good. I said, no bueno.
No bueno. That's what I did when I came back out.
She goes, I see.
When I came back out the first time, I went, no bueno, Kellen. So I went in and murdered a family of 3 in the bathroom for a little while. And yes, at terminal velocity, I put a dent in the back of the toilet seat. It was bad. It was
It shot you off the toilet.
yeah. Yeah. It was bad. It was rough. It was the worst that I've ever crapped. Because it was like 3 days worth of poop that I had to get out, and then the diarrhea. It's like it was twofold. It was a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying?
Not to mention it's hot.
Not to mention it's hot. I'm literally sweating. My stomach hurts.
When you sit on the toilet, you just got sweat.
The sweat is pouring on the floor, dude.
And
I'm
then you
literally,
forget that
dude.
you
I'm
can't
literally
flush the
praying.
toilet paper,
Like
you gotta push it out.
I was praying to God, like Jesus, help my stomach to stop hurting. It was hurting so bad, and I was sweating, and I was like, crap. I'm gonna walk back outside, and all the kids are gonna be gone, and I'm gonna have sat on the toilet for the last 10 minutes that I would have gotten to spend with kids that I'm not gonna see anymore.
Yeah,
Uh,
the AC had to stay off during the entire day.
Well, we didn't explain this. There's no AC anywhere but the dorms, and we weren't allowed in the dorms unless we were going to sleep that night.
So when you were taking a crap, there was no AC. It was hot.
It was 90. It was around 93 to 95 all
But the
week.
heat index
But
was like feels like
humidity is
107.
so different, and so we
Yeah.
looked on the weather, and it said it was 93 degrees, but it felt like 107 with the humidity.
Yeah.
Because it had rained for the past 2 weeks before we got there.
Yeah, you were slipping and sliding on toilet. It was not good.
It was rough.
I woke up one night at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got up, and I took a crap, and I came out, and Erlene was going in one, and Shannon was coming out of the other. I was like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. What's happening?
No, the worst thing was when you got done and you felt relieved and you looked down and you remember you can't put the toilet paper in the toilet.
Who had to fish their toilet paper
I had
out?
to fish it out.
I just flushed mine.
Dude, I had to fish it out every single time because I always put at least one in there without thinking about it, and I had to get the little scrubber.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
pick it
gotta-
up with the scrubber and dunk
No,
it.
if I put one in there, I just flushed it. It didn't do anything. It was like a normal toilet.
No, I just got.
We're not gonna be
I
clogged up
totally
next
forgot.
year.
The very first time I totally forgot. So I had a whole crap's worth of toilet paper, so I just got the
Little scrubber.
picked it up, and then like dripped on the floor a little bit. Put it in
That's
the
all over the
toilet.
floor,
Dude.
dude. Wow. You didn't clean it up.
Yeah, but I think that's enough talk about poop.
Yeah.
Poor Mr. Shannon.
Or
I think
Mr.
he's
Grant, do you
still-
want to tell the story about? Were you there for when Mr. Shannon? We thought it was. We had a misconception.
Oh, about the day he was born?
About his birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there when we walked in and prayed for him, and he was
Yeah.
like,
When we walked in
Yeah.
singing happy birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
also prayed
Okay.
for him like he had stage 5
"Tell
cancer.
tell that story
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
about Shannon's
Let me
birthday."
start. So I went in there, Mr. Shannon was laying down, and I asked him if he wanted food. And he was like, yeah, bring me a small bowl of white rice and like a piece of chicken. And so I went outside and I got it, and I told everybody, I said, hey, I have the food, let's all go pray for Mr. Shannon real quick. Just make it fast. And so I gathered everybody up, and I don't know who it was, but somebody told me it was his birthday the next day.
Yeah, somebody did.
Yeah, so we all
word got
walked
out.
in.
It was actually my dad's birthday.
I thought it
my
was
dad's birthday
I
was
thought
the next
Michael
day.
made a joke,
And
but
so
it was Shannon's birthday.
we all walked in singing happy birthday, and he was like, well, thank you, but it's not my birthday. And we were like, oh yeah, we know it's tomorrow. And he said, no, it's in August.
Yeah, no. I think he actually just we walked in singing happy birthday, and he was like, "My birthday's in August." Like, he didn't really say much. He just said, "My birthday's in August."
Yeah, but we all gathered around his little bed in a circle, kind of like in a little huddle.
That was the funniest prayer that I've ever
And his bed was in the corner, so it's like we completely boxed him in to his bed and the
Yeah.
wall. We all got in line and we started praying.
And we all started laughing, like giggling and cutting up. It was so funny.
It was the most immature prayer.
Oh, it was so
Because
because
we
every other person would be like, "God, please don't let Shannon have explosive diarrhea," and then the other person would be like, "God, I thank you for Shannon's impact on my life."
And then somebody walked in, didn't they?
Yeah, somebody walked in. I think it was like
Was it your dad?
No, and I'm pretty sure.
maybe.
I think it was.
And then I'm pretty
Because
sure.
he wanted.
No, your dad walked in saying, "Hey, John, Drew, we got." He's like, "We got pavilion tonight or something."
And then we were in James that week and we were talking about trials, and I think either it might have been me or someone else pray about trials and how that his stage of pooping was a trial, and like everyone's laughing because we were praying for him like
he was about
Dying.
to.
I mean, you
It
would've-
healed him, dude. It healed him. There's power in prayer, brothers. The next day at the airport, he was a changed man.
Because he took that medicine.
Yeah.
He took medicine when he wouldn't crap for the next 5 days.
No, he's not getting. No, Shannon won't crap until he has grandchildren, dude. Micah will be withdrawing Social Security checks before Shannon has to use the bathroom. He took so much anti-diarrhea medicine.
And he still ended up crapping. That's
How funny would it be if we just spread a story that Shannon like crapped his pants at the airport? Like, how funny would that
Forget
be?
about Grant in Utah. have we ever told that story on here?
I don't know.
We
may not
have told that one.
I think we should.
Okay, so we were in Utah and we had some free time and we're just being stupid. And for some reason, we got the idea to. So the people who went, it was me, Zeke, Joshua, Kellen, Grant.
That was it.
That was
kids.
it, boys wise. Those were the only boys that went to Utah on that mission trip. And we got the idea, for some reason, to tell Davis, who's Cole's other brother, and Cole, that Grant crapped the bed.
If I'm not mistaken, it was just me, you, and Kellen.
We were in a room. Zeke
Yeah.
was asleep. I remember I was on FaceTime with Cole. Out
Yeah,
of nowhere, I said, "Hey, did we tell you Grant crapped himself in the bed?"
yeah.
And Cole said, "No, he did not."
Yeah, because we told him that Grant was like standing up on the bed, like screwing around doing something stupid, and he just like he thought it was a fart and just crapped on the bed. And we got a picture off of Google and photoshopped
Somebody
it.
pooped on the
Yeah,
bed.
and like edited it to make it look like we took the picture. And so we told Davis and Cole, and they believed us. And the funniest thing was that Davis, who's Cole's other brother, we probably won't leave this in because
No, I say we say it. Instead
Cole,
of
okay,
Davis,
so
it's
Cole's older
told us a
brother.
story where he pooped himself. In the
No,
eighth
Cole didn't
grade.
told him.
No, I know,
Did he?
but since Cole's here, I say we switch Davis
No,
out.
we'll just say Cole's older brother, and nobody knows who that is. We won't name drop him
He is gone.
because if we just say Cole's older
ready?
brother, So the funny part is that we did this and convinced Cole and Cole's older brother that that Grant crapped the bed, and the funniest part was that Cole's older brother said, "Well, I mean, I've crapped the bed before, but not when I'm 14." That was the funniest part of the whole thing, was that we got a confession from Cole's older brother that he had crapped the bed and that,
Hey, thank y'all for listening today. Once again, Oliver did not want to do the outro, so I get the honors of doing it again. Today's trivia question is, what were we eating when we filmed this episode of the podcast? And so comment down below what it was, and you can be on a future episode. Tell us what we can improve on and what we can do better. And stay tuned for next week when Mackenzie and Brooklyn will be on an episode sharing their side of the DR. So I told you shouldn't have listened to this.